Hi, and welcome to Doorways to Learning, where we open doors to educational marvels all over the world. Last week, we met two incredible educators and parents, Shelley Winterbor and Damaris Efevo, who talked about the cultural challenges they've had in their lives and their work. Please check out their chats as they give us so much to think about in relation to differing expectations regarding the messages we get in the cultures we've grown up in, and that of the cultures we pass through as we, live our lives. As we end this calendar year, I just wanted to share a couple of thoughts about the podcast in general and how we all might move into the new calendar year with hope and peace and joy. And yes, these are not only possibilities, they are probabilities, because those are elements that are inside of us, just waiting to come out. One of the added bonuses of having a podcast is being asked to be a guest on other people's incredible platforms. It's been such an unexpected joy for me because I didn't begin this podcast thinking that I'd have anything but a voice on my own channel. But what's happened is that the people I meet and the conversations we've had on my podcast and those I've had on theirs have been uplifting and encouraging. There's so many people out there who are wallowing in the negatives of life, but the podcasters who have invited me to have conversations with them are much more interested in moving forward as positively as we can, no matter the challenges, and sharing techniques, asking me for techniques, asking their other guests for techniques and strategies, and positive perspectives on our lives so that we can all move forward more optimistically. The two most recent conversations I've had have got my mind racing. Jake Ruzzi's platform is incredibly uplifting, so please find him. I'll put his information in the notes. He's so transparent about his own journey in education, and we went deep into what's appropriate in relationships with our students and what's not. It's a really delicate subject and a delicate balance. It's a fine line, and he handles it masterfully. On Erica and Abby's podcast, again, I'll put their link in the notes because they are just incredible as well. They asked me this great twist on the general educational question that I get asked very often. Not what my preferred methodology is, but how it's evolving and how I'd like it to evolve in the future. Interesting, right? And in thinking about it, I realized that the best way to answer that question is to say that the way we see education is the same way we see life and our lives. And as we evolve, we need to embed the changes we make in the way we interact with people and the world into our practices. And that may mean in the classroom or with our children or with our family. As an example, I used to see education as a curriculum that we check off. We check off content and concrete skills. The same way as I saw concrete structure in life. For instance, get a place to live, check. Get groceries, check. Get a car, check. Place to go on holiday, check, etc., etc., etc. What I'm seeing now as my experience on the planet has changed and my perspective of life has evolved, I see education very differently. It's also evolved. I believe that the classroom is where we encourage human connection and where the curriculum, the content, is far less important than the social skills our students can develop when we're all together. If we want a generation of students, of learners, of humans on the planet who can work together to solve the problems that they've been born into and have had no part in creating, we need to give them the opportunities to develop the skills to work in teams. And I'm not saying work in teams and conform to each other's ideas, but to know how to respectfully share and listen to each other's ideas, to know how to actively listen, to know how to negotiate, because those are specific skills, to negotiate different perspectives of everyone in the team on the table, to encourage variations based on something they can justify, a justifiable vision they might have. And in short, work together. Now, this is going to sound dramatic, but I see things in images. Work together to shine as one ray of light made up of crystals of each other's individual lights. How does that sound for the new year? Oh, big heart opening. I think I'll end there because I could go on, but I think I've pretty much said what's most important to me right now and what I wanted to share with all of you. I would love to know how you see education, whether you see it as an evolving practice or unfortunately it might be static and it needs a little tune-up, and how you're going to move into the new year with a different vision. It's always the right time to reconsider how we show up in the world and in the classroom, always. And it's always all right to pivot. So go for it. In the meantime, have so much fun in your classes and at home, and I will see you in the new year for more.